peace. Okay. So on to the wall, y'all scholars, Hebrew Israelites, folks of Oklahoma, went down to folks up down by was great. First thing first, turn to the east. Go first for two. Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Rakadai, which is the ancient Paleo Hebrew tongue, created the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Shalom to our sister brothers living in the truth. Oh, Salaki. Double honor to the false elders of great millstone. And shalom to brothers living in the truth, and shalom to brothers and sisters that's listening. Come today, y'all. You already know we about to get up, man. The hot topic, what everybody's talking about right now. We're basically at the beginning stages of World War III. It's already done hit. You got Iran that hit multiple U.S. bases over there in the Middle East, and then you got the U.S. that hit multiple places in Iran. They also done hit places like in Saudi Arabia, the oil facility, so gas could go up. And the whole reason for this war is because the lethal flux is brought them out. So I'm going to start us out with the first precept, and it's Revelation 11 and 14. And it reads, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. And see, a woe goes into sorrow, goes into destruction. That's what a war does. And the Lord let us know there'll be three woes. You know, 1 and 2 are done passed. The small handlers got the land with that second woe. The third woe is going to be Esau Edom coming out of power. Literally, you know. That's going to be the end of them. And it shows their greed, all the lust they got, because they got everything. They got all the world's resources. So why are you messing with this small country that's trying to mind their own business? And it's because they don't have the central bank. How the Amalekites, the Ish people, 1948 get rich because they got central banks in all other countries. So if you don't have a central bank, they're about to come to you and force you to get a central bank. And then we're at the point where what's that, Joel chapter 3, where it said the weak sound strong. We're at that point where the weak is like, hey man, I'm not taking that no more. I ain't got your bank, I ain't getting your bank. I got ICB and Mrs. Stu. And they gonna fight it out. And then we're at the point where what's the Ezekiel 38 chapter, I believe, where it said that God and Magog Meshach should be a guard unto them. Russia is guarding all these other countries, making you feel like, you know, I can bang with you. You know, I got a big ally backing me up, a superpower. And if you think about it, Russia, I think, got the strongest sword. If you think about it, they got the number one ICBM missiles. They probably got the strongest tanks. They're 257. I think that's like one of the best aircraft. So Russians might have a strong sword. So if you got a backing by him, of course you're gonna feel yourself. You're gonna tell if I'm great, I ain't gotta do what you say do. And then NATO starting to get all disbanded and broken up. So everybody's like, I ain't gotta do what you say no more. And then China, I believe that China has surpassed Babylon the Great as far as weapon capability and you know having soldiers and whatnot. So we're definitely at that time, man. And the war got a precept that's going to show why we're at war right now.
I'm going to grab this and record it. This is Joel 3:10. And it says, proclaim this. I'm going to start at 9. It says, proclaim ye this amongst the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. It says, beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears, and let the weak say, I am strong.
Yeah, so you better hear it say that the weak sound strong. Everybody right now, at one point it said, beat your pruning hooks and the spears, and something else in the swords, you know, Lucifer paraphrasing. That's what everybody's doing right now, man. Instead of like making this world better and building agriculture, giving us like good food, GMO-free food, everybody focus on war. Why is that? Because he's devil. Esau evil. Because he's always on war. He won't let the world be at peace. The scriptures say, man, to him a great sword has been given. So since Esau's on war, it's not a big war everywhere. Everybody has to do the same in order to keep what you got. If you don't, Esau can show up and take everything you got, man. Take peace from the nations. And with that Revelation 6 and 4, you ready to war? You go ahead and get it up.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 6, verse 4, and it said, there went out another horse that was red.
And that red one was Esau. The red man. He was born from the womb red. And almost everything he do is red. Like the Romans, their colors was red, everything. So that's a quick identifier of who the scriptures is speaking of.
They get red when they get mad, they get red when they're nervous. And it said his power was given to him, and that sat thereon to take peace from the earth.
And what was his blessing, man? His blessing was the fatness of the earth. He rules this place right now. And he said, Esau, he been in rulership. Hey, what have he done so far? Take peace from the earth. You go around killing, stealing, bloodshed, and war everywhere. America in that war almost this whole time it existed.
You can't forget about that blessing when Isaac gave him that sword, but he said, by thy sword thou shalt live.
And that's pretty much how Dr. Drake get down. Like they don't do good business. Esau doesn't thrive off of good business deals, contrary to popular belief, because he's smart. No, Esau thrives because of the sword. So all he does, he goes to other small countries, sets up a military, take their resources. That's what he do over and over again, like in increments. Even in Babylon the Great, when you look at Jake, you know, we had a Black Wall Street was thriving. What did Esau do? He destroyed it. And then what did he do? He built his empire on top of it. And then like everything he had, he took it.
Yeah.
That boosted Esau. Now they got Esau to Great Depression.
He took all the land from the natives.
God, the oil, resources. So he don't just do that over here. He does it overseas too. When you look at Africa, that country got, you know, ravaged. When you look at the European Edomites, you know, they just not got Europe out of there. Europe has been living off of African resources this whole time. Ever since the Hannibal Wars, and they called it since the Roman days, but Scipio Africanus, Roman general, he conquered Africa, and that's what made Europe the power that it is now. And then they empowered Babylon the Great. And that's all they do. They run around, see what you got, bomb you out, and take you. And now we're at the point where we're at the end of this thing. And now next, everybody's hip to what he does. And they're like, hey, I'll fight you back. You're not going to take my stuff. You're not going to take my women. You're not going to take my resources. None of that. And it's making also other countries starting to click up and ally. Like, hey, man, we need to get together, man. America's going to, you know, take our stuff. So that's the reason America, like, I like how you put that precept earlier. You quoted Bayan, where it was talking about in Genesis, where Esau be made fat. That's how he got fat. Because he done went and took everybody's resources. And then you look at the book of Maccabees, Alexander the Great. He started that. That's when Esau became great. You know, he went around as conqueror, like, hey, I'm going to take your stuff. It's ours now. And they're now at the point where there's only a few players left that's like got their own stuff. And they got weaponry too.
It goes back into that precept. They say he covered the fields and take them by violence. And that's the whole MO. It's like if you ain't gonna remind me of that movie State Property. Esau go around, get down and lay down, man. He's gonna get down, but he's gonna lay down. And he's gonna take your shit, man. If you don't follow him.
And I'm going to go ahead and bring it out since you quoted it. This is Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their heads. When the morning is light, they practice it because it's the power of their hand. Verse 2. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man and his heritage. No, y'all want to break it down?
Man, that's beautiful right there, because he said he oppressed a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. We're going back to the original, the spirit of Cain, when Cain said that this curse is more than he could bear, and he said he was a fugitive and a vagabond. So if you really think about it, Esau, even the so-called white man, really don't have no resting place. He don't have no home. He's a wanderer, and that's why he does what he does. He wanders and he conquers many lands, and he takes that land. You know, there's a preach up in Psalms where they talk about how they call their land after their own name. They stole all of this land, all of the country, the territory that they have control of now. They stole it. And then they took on the heritage, basically calling themselves Japhite. Then you got those fake imposters over there calling themselves the true people of Yahweh Shah. That's what these devils do, man. You know, and these are the original crimes that been committed on the earth, man.
Once they take something out, they're not satisfied. They said they never keep it at home. They're always going around stealing shit.
And big point by Yahweh, when he said those people over there, small Africans, they're the reason World War III started. Yeah. They're making Babylon the Great jump in that war. Why? Because they got the president caught up in the Island Man fights. And they're telling him, like, if you don't attack, Iran, we're going to release the files. And like, it's going to Jerusalem, where it's going to destroy their man's legacy. So he has to abide by what National says and go ahead and spearhead that attack. And it's like, even American generals are saying, don't do it. They're saying, like, Battle Great ain't going to win this war. They're telling this dude, like, man, you sending America to hell in the hot water, man. They can't win this war. Then Qatar and Saudi Arabia said they can't, even the United Kingdom said that they can't put their planes and their military equipment in them countries. So Babylon the Great has to strike from their own carriers and from like way Babylon the Great. If you got to go back and forth on the war of attrition, they're going to lose that. Because Iran got home field advantage, home field territory.
They got all the warriors that they need.
Gone. So, I like how you said that. That lets you know why Trump went to Venezuela's war. Because he knew he had to prepare for this war, and then he about to fight now. So that's why the gas prices go down for us, because that oil was secured for this war machine that's going on. You know? So they do this thing strategically, man. That's showing out. That's why I look at Esau like, your president is compromised. He's not doing America first. He's doing what the small have to say first. You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Bring it out. Right on time.
Jeremiah 49:20. Therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord that he hath taken against Edom, and his purposes that he hath proposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them.
See that? Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Who's the least of the flock? It's the small house, the Amalekites. Because the Lord hates Edomites. And if he hates Edomites, he's going to hate who the most? The chief tribe of Edomites, which is who? The small house.
And you can't forget that the Lord said, he told Moses, he said, I will have war with Amalek from generation to generation.
Yeah, that's why, like, right now, that's the Lord who's going to war with. That's why the Amalekites, they move, because they don't know where the hate comes from. You know, they get scared. You know, they like, oh, shoot. So what they do, they pressing America, Babylon the Great, to make moves. And if they doing it, they're pissing off their other European counterparts. You know, Europe, NATO, it's like, hold up, take your time. Let's go slow with this. And I'm like, no. Right now, my time is short. Like, you gotta go. So now you got Babylon and you got the beast, European Union. They bumping heads. You got the European Union. They lost their stuff first because Africa got independence from them. And then Babylon didn't come to their defense. Babylon said, I got other things to do. I got to serve the small house. I can't help you get your stuff back in Africa. You just lost it. So now the European Union look like, well, I ain't gonna back you up. And you're bored in. You know, if that's the case, now you can't put your planes at my airport or none of that. You know, this is you.
Since you said that, I'm gonna go ahead and finish with Revelation 64 too. I'm gonna read this part over again. It said, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword.
Man, so they giving him a great sword, man. Which we already know that that's Babylon the Great. And not only that, Russia got a great sword too. You know, said, boy, was the Lord's watch by Moab, your H-man, he got him too. And then, like, here's the whole thing. What I'm hearing is Iran got him too.
Y'all was just talking in the car earlier, and we were talking about how the U.S. really lost like 200 to 1,000 soldiers. That what they was, and they trying to cover that shit up.
Yeah, they in the news, they sound about 3. I know it was more than that. Yeah. I know it was more than that. They took a lot of hits, man. That carrier got hit. USS Lincoln.
We got hit with like 4 missiles.
Mason got hit.
Over 27 U.S. bases. And that's why all of these countries are starting to hate the Lord. Because Babylon the Great, they joined themselves with them. And since they joined themselves with them, now all the missiles are going to their places. Instead of hating over here. They're like, hey man, we're not doing, hey, nah, you gotta get up out of here. So they did it so good. Especially the sign. Revelation 17 and 16. It says, and the 10 horns with signs upon the beast, these shall hate the Lord. It says, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall burn. It says, and eat her flesh and burn her with fire. And I don't got the finances and everything to back up, like come after you. So the next thing you know, shit, what? Turn on them.
The oil bill costs a salary of a lot of money going for you. And it costs nothing like everybody I got to do is look at Ukraine. Ukraine had a deal with USA. USA would protect Ukraine from any type of threat. And then when it got real bad, what Beverly Brett said, hey, you on your own.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Hey, I got other moves to make. So sorry, that's all you don't get. You get a couple tanks. The Patriot missiles. Retarded too. They just made all the deals with the planes. They gave Trump that plane, and then they got hit up because of their dealings with Babylon the Great. So, like you say, it ain't good to be with Babylon the Great. It's not overtake your intelligence. It used to be a good thing to be Babylon the Great. Like, oh, you with Babylon the Great? Oh, you good? Like, hey, don't mess with me. I'm with America. Now you with America. Hey, you getting bombed on. You know what I'm saying? Your infrastructure getting bombed on. Look like Trinity does with Russia. Everybody messing with Russia. But everybody messing with whoever Babylon the Great. Really, that's what it is. Everybody's thinking of fire. I know it's a big position on them.
Isaiah 12 and Isaiah 12 and 13. It reads, everyone that is found shall be thrust through. Everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Everybody's good. And the sword is coming. They over here hitting with missiles and everything. So if you click up with Babylon the Great and you join through it, you're gonna get bombed up. And we're seeing that happen right now. It's only gonna continue to happen as World War III increases.
And as it increases, that's going to be no sorrow. If they won't go into. Right now, we just seeing like the beginning of it. You got to fight first start. Maybe they could come out and throw a little couple jabs. You kind of walk around the ring, test it, get them fill out, sizing them up. As they did, the missiles right there, they would size each other up.
I read something about they call it cleaning out the closet. They use all their old missiles and they say that's to overwhelm their systems and just to get rid of those so they can start hitting with the good shit.
Alright, so it's gonna get way worse, man. Like you gonna see things like you look at that, the ministry is already like up in smoke based on what Trump did with the immigration and the terrorists. So you got sleeper cells over here. You got sleeper cells. So at any time they can activate the sleeper cells and like burn up like billions of dollars a crop. That'll hurt Babylon the Great. They can blow up trucking centers or distribution centers. That'll hurt Babylon the Great. Substations. Matter of fact, stuff is on fire. We don't even know if there's still. Because I know Oklahoma had a national emergency because of wildfires, and it was like the wildfires with crops and stuff too. So that could be them Iranians. We don't know. They doing what the small hatters do. The small hatters burning stuff up too. So we definitely at that point where sorrow's gonna be multiplied. So this is time to really get your act together, give whatever supplies you need. I look for prices skyrocketing. But you got that price gouging, like alcohol might go up. The daily household items you usually get for the cheap might go up. Gas is probably gonna go up. Matter of fact, I know it's gonna go up because it happened during that time when I was in sophomore in high school, where they fought Iraq and Afghanistan. That's when gas prices went up and never came back down. You know, we was in sophomore high school.
Yeah, I remember that.
Gas was cheap, and then all of a sudden it went up, and that went back right. And I think this war will be way bigger than that one. During the 9/11, it's gonna be way bigger than that. So if everybody thought like, ain't nothing gonna happen, it's gonna be alright. Nah, man, this stuff about to turn up. It's about to get real crazy out here, and I think it's just getting started. You know, back to the biggest thing, World War III. What else hell happened? Jacob Trump is gonna be in the midst, man. Cause Esau, he gonna throw a fit. Right now, Esau looking like, dang, I'm about to lose before I can't win. You know, Esau been demoralized. They know they're not going to win this World War III. You ain't got to tell them that. Esau knows that. So he might just go shoot up a supermarket. He might shoot up a movie theater, shoot up a school. Why? Because his kingdom is about to be up in smoke, man. Ain't going to come down with great wrath because the time is short. Like Esau know, like, they not coming out this on top.
That's why they gotta implement the MOTV. Our temptation is gonna be right along with Jacob's trouble before the World War III miss in this wilderness. So Matthew 24:6. It says, "And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars." Right now, these are just wars and rumors. Like it ain't the full whole big end all be all war yet, because we still gotta wait for certain prophecies to be fulfilled all the way. When it says rumors of wars and rumors of war, it says, "See that ye not have any trouble, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." So we still got a little time left to get right if you ain't right, man. Just because it ain't yet, it's going.
Terry. Terry, you know, wait for it to really come. Paraphrase. Like you said, basically you need to get the spirit of repentance. The doors of mercy is about to close. So that means you're not too far from the word. You know, somebody lose the narrative. Warmark got to be going so strong, he just say, you know, hey, martial law, man, hey, cut the internet off. Listen, they cut the internet off and blame it on Iran. There's a lot of scenarios Esau he can do right now because he has an active enemy.
Esau, he don't actually keep the nation like America docile. So he cut the internet off so he won't see what's going on. And they give you some propaganda like, yeah, we winning the war when they really get their ass kicked.
And that's a good point right there too, because when you actually do the research on those sleeper cells, they have a mission plan to destroy the infrastructure, so to where they can cut off the lights and stuff like that too. That's one thing to think about with those sleeper cells that they got over here.
And like you said, if they cut off the power, that cuts off the internet. They cut off the power, and that causes chaos. That power stage.
Cut off the water. Nobody ain't gonna be able to drink water like that.
I'm gonna do a lesson on it because that's where that Democrat is in Cuba right now. Doing that. Cuba's in the dark right now. They ain't got no water and no lights for a couple months. And then Russia tried to send in some aid, and guess who cut the aid off? Babylon Great America. Cut the aid and took the aid, man. So it's war on all fronts, and that's a media blackout anybody really talking about. So I'm gonna do a lesson on that and break it up sometimes with the tidbits. But they trying to. Cause I remember Trump talking about he want to go to war with Cuba. He want Cuba. He want Colombia. And right now they cut the lights off in Cuba. And they saying like reports I'm hearing saying that they in like utter chaos right now. It's like apocalyptic. They ain't have no lights, and they said the sewage is backing up in the country. And diseases everywhere.
They go to the pestilence.
The pestilence is spread. So that's the Lord flagging the world right now. What is getting flagged? You got pestilence, you got the sword. What does he say? He said the sword and the famine about to hit. So famine, sword, and pestilence is about to be running amok throughout the whole world. And it's all because of, Esau Edom. Babylon the Great. And the Lord is doing that. What else are they going to do? They're going to destroy themselves. Is what Esau's doing. Because one thing about Jacob, we've been in survival mode. I know that Jake can make, especially if you got the Lord behind you. You got your house, y'all shine your life, and you part of open leg, you ain't got to worry about it. The Lord gonna like see you do this thing. But if you just a 2/3 and you look at Muhammad, Buddha, witchcraft, or whatever the hell, you know, universe is one, like you in some straight trouble, man. This destruction is for you.
And the Lord said, hey, call on the God what you have called on. That's what he gonna tell you. Hey, the minute that when it shit hit the fan, that's when the Lord gonna set up all his pockets. You gonna be in pain, don't pay me to get you out here, you know, crying because you ain't got no food you can't eat. When you had that liberty, as the scripture said, those who had yet liberty would not take heed to the word of Luke but they view my way, yet they must have death by pain. Gonna have to put up. Even if you do have to go up to the prophet ain't gonna be able to compete with you. You know what's that that we know when it's the balcony. Yeah. We ain't gonna be able to compete. We ain't gonna have enough time. It's gonna be so much chaos. Like why would I try to break down the preach of you? Put it flying around our head. Like fuck out of here.
Yeah, you missed it.
Yeah, you missed the opportunity.
Yeah, you trying to give to you freely. You despise, but they talk shit about us right now.
Yeah.
They be out of the rest is on. And it just tripped me out how they say all that, but yeah, you got all the activity going on. And now it's really hard to say that you got Island Man Files, you got World War III popping off, famine, other countries telling you they in dire situations because of the Edomites. And you can tell the world is getting more and more tense. Angry people, a lot of people over road rage and stuff, man. People get unalive. So the love of many is waxing cold because, it is a battle. The devil ain't stopped. He's still trafficking people. All they did food operations somewhere else, another island somewhere else. And then the war they started is because of that. That's a distraction. They trying to, hey, man, watch the war with Iran. Right? People have children. They'll make some good. He got a good heart. I know you needed a heart, Johnson, and stuff like that. They still doing that, man. They're not gonna stop until y'all shop. Just Esau eat them down.
Shut down and humble him. That's what we've been waiting on.
And we're at that point. This is how we know, because we had started World War III. So that's that marker where you get real close. And you get close to it. Then they'll talk about the UFOs and stuff. And close alien classified. I'm like, oh, now you want to open this up. So get ready for that deception. So right now, Esau, they're in their secret councils trying to see which way they're going to play it. Like, how they going to spend the public. And we already know the whole they spend the public, and the back of it is, how we going to get this digital ID tracker, which is the mark of the beast. That's the whole point. They trying to say, like, how can we get them to take this little thing on that we can keep track of the Goyim, as they call us. Like, keep track of the Goyim and make sure we know where they at. Because he's scared. Like, he sounded like there's something in the dirt. And he don't know where it's coming from. He's scared of everybody. He's looking at the Arabs. Oh, shit. You're looking at the Asians. Oh, shit. What you going to do? You're looking at Africans. Oh, shit. And then, you're looking at Jake. Like, I've been scared of Jake. Like, hey, man. Don't go call y'all Shaw on me, man. Like, man, here's some bread, man. Here's a stimulus check, man. You know what I'm saying? Here's a stimmy. Here's some cartoons. Here's some rap beat. Hey, 50 Cent banging with T.I.'s son. Y'all watch that. Worry about that. Here's a boxing match, UFC, NBA. Hey, y'all start fighting again and dunking, whatever you gotta do. Football, forget CTE, knock their blocks off. We gotta get some tracks going on, man.
It ain't gonna work, but it ain't gonna work for the elect. The elect gonna be like, hey, yo, Richie gonna pop a knot and get in the damn your rap, you damn devil.
Yeah, we got our eye on the devil, man. We watching like, oh no, you ain't gonna throw me off the edge. Like, I'm watching you be in trouble. I'm watching you sweat. I'm watching your dollar be all fricked up and crumpled up. Watching you done lost all your allies. You in trouble. I'm watching how the whole world hates you. Even your own women hate you. Even my women, I feel safe with white men. I'm like, dang, man, like they don't feel safe with you.
Yeah, that last you did. Like, I was like, man, she said she feel uncomfortable around a group of white men. You feel more safe around Jake.
least they break right there. So they put, oh, we gotta show our women we tough. To blow their country up. That nigga got missiles, we got missiles. Did you forget? We got M16s, we got grenades, niggas don't have that. Who ain't got that, but ain't got that. So recognize why you on this big finger, you know. She got like, oh damn, he got good barbecue, he got some good rod.
You got a target on your thing.
She don't want to, it's like rolling with a nigga that like, oh, a lot of people money, you got a rock and roll. Yeah, I ain't gonna talk to you, man. The north side is out.
And that's another thing. That's why they don't get people out there. They can't get you out there. It's why they bring up these propaganda campaigns. Now they got these campaigns bring back that line that they want to know. Now they just digging a bigger and bigger hole, man. You know, and real quick read of this Proverbs 26 and 27. It says, "Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein. He that rolleth the stone, it will return on him." All right, and that's exactly what we looking at. This is why we talking about it. Nobody wants to be around. It's like our yard just said earlier. They don't want to be around because everybody's out of them. No, every time they shoot a missile, get missile shot right back at them. Every time anything that you do for now, anytime you talk about white men, you tell them, they come right back on you.
I got one right here. This is Psalm 17 and 13. It says, "Arise, O Lord, and support him, cast him down. Lift my soul from the wicked with thy sword." So Lord, let us know who swayed that sword, who loved that sword. And then, like King David, we said the same thing King David said. We said, "Oh Lord, arise and support him, cast him down." So we want Esau out of here, man. We ready Esau to bite the dust, man, so we can get a peaceful life and not have to worry about looking over our shoulder and worry about what we eating and what we doing and worry about our children. And he said, the sword, man, that's how the Lord like cleanses people. You know, that sword, when you got it, we see Edomite say, wait, what did Esau do? He don't have nothing diplomatic, nothing to talk about it. All Esau do is they plow, and kill with the sword. That's all they devil know how to do. That's his language. They said, yeah, Zach, he a caveman. He just clubbed it, he the ooga booga. You know, that's all he understands. So you really want to like talk to anybody, make him understand, you gotta smack him upside the face. Because that's all he understands is violence. Yeah, that's it. They say you got like the one brother did on the camera. Remember he took a little BB gun and the rock. He's like, look at you, you're leaking.
He tried to apologize.
Yeah, he did. He came back, man. Hey, Dr. Six, that's all he understands. He didn't understand it at first. Right. So the brother had to give him an attitude adjustment. He had to speak his language. He tried to talk to the cool at first. Remember, he's like, let me from the same trial. You date up, you calm down, you come. He wasn't understanding that. So he had to, go ahead and give that good, that whooping. That's all Esau knows, violence, man. He's the sword. And right now, that sword is not looking strong as it used to be. So now Esau, and like his comfort came from his sword because he lived by it. So his sword started not like you said earlier. He shoot a missile, they shoot fire back. He didn't used to have to deal with that. He used to shoot a missile, and everybody gets scared and start signing deals. Yeah, they start signing deals, do what we call a regiment change. Because that's what you're trying to force Iran to do. They're not doing it.
And that's the spirit. But we did read earlier. Trump came out and made an announcement saying, talking about how Iran wants to sit down and talk. Goddamn. They shot out 27 things saying they want to sit down and talk.
And they said in the book they killed their leader. Yeah. No, it's true. I think it was like two of them. Michael another general. And then they said they killed the leader. I can't pronounce the name. But then I heard another person say they killed him. Right now they brag. Okay, so yeah, dude is don't be about it. I don't think they gonna let they go like I think I'm a leader. We'll see. But looking at the scriptures, I don't see this thing slowing down. I think this is only going to escalate because they they've been killing. Trump killed a general there his first term. When he's president of drone strike, he took out one of their leaders. So it's like, as soon as he got office, you tell the smart ass on his butt, man. All he do is just key in on Iran, and take out they leadership. And I think Iran is so smart, they got contingency plans in place. Like one leader get knocked off, they got another dude assume the position because they know how Babylon's ready to get down. So that's why I think they look like Hydra. Cut off one head from another head.
Get it to like come to Russia. Like now, hang out, our house. So they like you got that force shown that they overpaid. We didn't know Iran had that type of capability. Now it's everybody's looking at the hand of the earth was broken asunder. It's showing that the hammer is one of the strongest supposed to be.
Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 23. And it says, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How will Babylon become a desolation among the nations?
And that's exactly what's going to happen to Babylon. The great one, World War III, all the way this is going to be a desolation. Right now we're seeing Babylon don't got that same force in its feet no more. They don't got that power no more. Like he once had. So where you go you hit your ass with some type of discipline, everybody back then. Everybody got the same, the weak saying they strong. Everybody got the same capabilities. And even better now.
And then this next precept will back you up right here too. That Babylon didn't know that Iran had all the capabilities. This is verse 24. And it said, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, thou art waked, not aware, thou art found also taught, because thou hast striven against the Lord, Yahweh Yahushua. Man, that right there, he said, thou art caught. So they got caught off guard with all of those missiles. And then he said, thou hast striven against the Lord, Yahweh Yahushua, meaning that you constantly kept attacking the people. You constantly kept attacking Yahshua. So if you touch the apple of the Lord's eye, he got to render that recompense unto you. You know, and that's exactly what happened. And this is why you're getting the judgment now. It's because the devil keep not only coming up against the Lord, you see people that make a mockery of the prophet out on the highway to heaven. The Lord ain't forgot about how everybody coming up against the Hebrew Israelites in all of them social media campaigns. You know, our yard did a lesson about a week ago when it said a lot of those people the Hebrew Israelites get paid $7,000. You paid the motherfuckers to do that. And now the Lord about to get you for that, man.
Mark gave Drewski millions.
Yeah.
If you had a whole skit, so he got involved in it.
All right.
He probably got like $1 million bag to do it.
Well, that's why the Lord is Babylon is crazy now.
They really crazy. Such an island man fire. Everything's big conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
And now is everything starts saying, oh man, it's true. Hollywood is really like that. Oh man, the brother on the block was right. Oh, and Esau's been exposed greatly right now. To where even his own women don't even like him. Like they like, oh no, like y'all unsaved, y'all put the child molesters, y'all are looking at stuff the white men. And that's the Island Man Files started that. And that's also why we in World War III right now, because of Island Man Files. The Orthodox Church is in there. And he knows it. So he has to do what that's not say do in order to keep his image, good. Even though I think his image took a major hit. Like MAGA is the Bible. MAGA is the Bible.
And that precept gonna break down even further. Jeremiah 50:25. The Lord, Yahweh Yahushua, hath opened his army and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of the Lord, Yahweh, power of hope, in the land of the Chaldees. You know, And that right there, and they gonna escalate people even further. We said in the land of the Chaldeans, which the Chaldeans is Greek word for Edom. So Esau, Edom was destruction, and that destruction is going to come right here in America. And so expect that. And then right here, we're telling you, the Lord said He's about to destroy America and get Babylon. He opened up the weapons. He opened up His army for His indignation. His indignation is right in anger. You're seeing that recently.
Climax of World War III is going to be the ICBM missiles being launched, which is going to create that great fire that's going to cleanse, the world. You say first episode of the world by water, the second time it's about fire. And we know how that fire is. It tells you the scriptures is like a mighty archer shot an arrow from one end of the earth to the other. That's going to be the ICBM. They're going to come to that point after the MOTB gets made mandatory. And stuff gets so bad, they're just going to launch missiles everywhere. That's why you have to be on the chariot to invade that second step.
You just brought this down right here. Jeremiah 50 and 26. Come against her from the utmost border, open her storehouses, cast her up at the heat, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left.
The legends be all burned up, man. The Lord got to cleanse the earth. And it's so dirty this time, they can't do about water when something's like real dirty, like biohazard. Hey, flamethrower is the only option. It has to be burned up. Fire it's the most number one cleansing agent. Fire undo purity even in metals. They put metal in fire to clean that up. So that's how dirty it is at this point. That's the climax of it. And that's why we tell everybody getting this truth, because you need to be in a chariot to avoid that. You don't have $1 billion bunker like Edomites do. That's how they're gonna avoid it. They're gonna avoid it by bunkers. We're gonna avoid it by chariots. And take you trying to break their neck, trying to get bunkers like Esau, not knowing your stuff ain't gonna work like Rick Ross and other people.
A bunker in America on the place that's gonna be destroyed. Right. That bunker gonna be already.
God.
Turn the microwave.
God, it's deep enough. It's not like $1 billion trillion bunker like like that movie that show on Hulu Paradise. Like they ain't got nothing like that. And then Esau, he doing is preserving himself to go into slavery. When the world is all burnt up, the Lord gonna send us back down on them chariots, and we're gonna come cleanse the world. We're gonna pull Esau out of the bunkers, and they're gonna get the worst, man. So why not? That's what they take. Why not choose the Lord instead of Jacob trying to I gotta get my money up? Like, bro, your money will never get to that level. Esau already got stuff in place to make sure you'll never be a man.
In your eyes, somewhere in your head.
With that hold on their head.
It's called Judgment Day. Turn into Judgment Day. So they love to show you Esau didn't know about this a long time ago and put it in the film. And Jake didn't take no heat of it. If I Terminator, that fuck was called chips and robots. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's we did it with now. Like I said, it's a joke, but Esau working with, man. Esau got Terminators, man. He gonna put them suckers online. Right, man, go get these permanent days. Go get this world leader. They brought you some of that against Venezuela. It's something about how South Fire was, how they got took over. It's probably gonna try to hit Iran like that. And Iran, like, shit, we call China, they got stuff like that too. And we're gonna see cyber warfare, robotic warfare. They're gonna sit on the drone.
There was some reports, they did mention some of them drones that attacked some of them cities as well, too, some of them bases too.
I seen it. I saw the little footage. I probably do more or less on it, but I seen it. It was like the big old drones, man. They just went kamikaze style and it went and just blew the stuff up.
I heard those drones have facial recognition on them.
God, they do. They do. I seen that. And like I said, that's why he wants MOTB go out. You got an MOTB in your system. He ain't got to chase you or none of that stuff. He can just punch in the computer, zero in on your microchip. Yeah, triangle there too. It's like that. I ain't gotta come out my seat or come out my office and go hit this thing. You already got my device in this body. So that's the is with understanding and get you some works. And then make you go make some peace. You don't want to burn up to death, man. Burn up to death, starve to death, that's some very bad judgment. And you don't have to go through that, man. You're an evil Israelite. All you got to do is seek the Lord and put your best foot forward. You tell Jake that. That's why we out here. Spread that truth and let Jake know that the Lord loves you. And you need to do what you need to do to show love back to him. And you can be part of the first fruits. Man, that's a lucky thing right there to come down with a fresh start. You ain't got to punch the clock no more. Ain't no evil fight talking about, hey, dear, what do you want, dear? None of that. You know? And we're going to get, everything will be fresh again, man. The natural real water. We're going to do things, man. We're going to be a very advanced civilization. Very advanced, man. And I'm so ready to see what that looks like. That's why I do what I do. All of us brothers up here do what we do so that we can be a part of that. And then you can tell we not, selling no whoop tickets. You see the prophecies coming to play. You see World War III coming to play. You see Donald Trump done messed this country up. He got to pay about the world. Messed up the cheap workforce labor. Then you tell this country better not to belly up.
Man, the cheap workforce labor, they got rid of, they finally terminated the union for the IRS. So what that means, union is terminated, that means that they can fire whoever they want. They can fire people unlawfully. So it's going to be more people than without jobs. So that's going to create even more chaos. So that we just talking from the war to the individual, like Babylon the Great is on fire, man. Like all of this stuff going on right now is crap, man. If you can't possibly be trying to stay in this place when it's actually getting destroyed from the inside out. That's a prophecy like that. What is that? A house divided against itself shall not stand. Babylon the Great, America is divided against itself. It's getting ready to fall, man.
You see all the signs, all the cracks in the boat. You see it starting to sink.
I'm talking about from the kingdom, you got Democratic versus Republican, and then all the way down to individual household. That's how bad it is. It's divided all the way from the top all the way to the bottom.
The Congress fighting each other. They can't get nothing together, man. They fight with their people overseas, the Europeans. Man, they fight with them Edomites. They're fighting.
You got some councils going up to there, and they don't been saying they comparing America to, you got them island files. You got people in Europe. The people that were caught on the file, they went and persecuted them. They got them on charges like that. And you got a council getting his name. He said, "What is America doing? Why is America not attacking?" So they why that? Why we not persecuting people that's on the island files and over here?
Attorney General Pam Bondi said that she persecuted people on the island files. She said that already collapsed.
It's already collapsed. What's the point? That's it done.
Basically said, keep it up. Continue to steal y'all money. Continue to collect taxpayer money, gonna prop it up. But I can't give y'all no bodies. Because then you won't have nobody. She basically told on all of them for her numbers. That's why Trump had her right now. She should have said nothing. She should have been quiet.
They're just kicking the can down the road.
That's exactly what they doing. They kicked the can that fell off the road.
Yeah, they just.
The can is gone. Yeah, now they gotta sit down like, we gotta shoot some missiles at this point. Like, we gotta do something. Like, it's bad right now. So they ain't got that. They kicking the can. They were doing that during 9/11.
Right.
The can is gone right now. Now they like, man, launch the missiles, and they're gonna keep doing that sequence of missile attacks until like it just gets greater and greater. Like I said earlier, Governor Camp, that right now this is the little stuff. As we go forward, they're gonna start getting. You're gonna see the ICBM missiles come out. Right now, this say these are little missiles. That's why Iran just hit the countries in the Middle East. They didn't launch none over in America, not yet, but they will. As I said, ICBM's gonna come out. Right now, we're just hitting little missiles to show, we don't like what you're doing. Like, yeah. But in a minute, we're gonna. Hey, what's they call that? That Russia got Satan too. When the
them Satan 2 missiles come out, you know, them ICBM, then it's gonna get real ugly, man. We're gonna see like city blocks get taken out, like neighborhoods go out, like not just like a building, no, a whole 5-mile stretch of housing projects is gone. You know, a whole city is gone, a county is gone. You know, and that's not everybody like in a petrified fear when that happens. And that's why I like what Beyonce said. That's why we like seeing the prophets. And they all go, what the Bible say? You want to say now? You know, if you turn on the news, you hear a county that went up in smoke. You know, you're gonna be like, are we next?
Hey.
Yeah.
You got them Jakes over there in Dubai over there complaining because they in the mix of it.
Yeah, can't come back.
Yeah.
That's it. See, Jake, that show, I like to say that show Jake ain't paying attention to prophecy.
Right.
Like, this is not the time to be going out the country for vacations and stuff. It's not worth it. It's vote down the latches, like, you know, get ready time, brace for impact. I'm not going to be in no other, I'm not going to no goddamn boat cruise and World War III popping off.
That's Ecclesiastes. Because it's the time of everything. And Jake don't even know what time they're in. It's a time of peace and it's a time of war, man. We in that time of war. And also said it's a time of love and a time of hate. See, Jake over there in the time of love and murder and shit, trying to kick you. Whatever, it's a time of hate.
Goddamn love boat. Goddamn carnival cruise.
Well, there's state of Mexico.
Yeah, you got submarines like and acting like weapons hot. You know, you got submarines on the water, weapons hot. You got battle cruisers rolling around, weapons hot. Like this ain't cops are ready, like, you know what I'm saying? So it might be China coming up, America coming up, and your little cruise ship, everybody partying, drinking, y'all in the middle of it, and they ain't gonna say, hey, wait till that cruise ship go by, then shoot missiles. Nah, we busting right now. That's casualties of war. Shouldn't have been out there.
Go ahead and read it. It's I quoted it earlier. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 2. And it said, it is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of peace. But that is the end of all men, and the living will lay into his heart. There's no that said it's better to go to the house of mourning. When you in the house of mourning, you gotta really think about like whatever you know, just in your personal life you made a big mistake. That's the spirit of mourning. And the reason why it's better to be in the house of mourning because you become more aware. You become more aware of your mistake. You start to think about your actions before you make them next time. That's what the house of mourning represents. When you're in the house of peace, you're not paying attention to your surroundings. And that's a bad place to be in at that time, man. So yeah, man. So this is what we're telling you. So these are the scriptures that we need to be in. And the alcohol brought that up. That's the time of faith. Everything under heaven, but that's in the 3rd chapter. When you go into the 8th one, it says the time to love and the time to hate, and the time to peace and the time of war. And so when you really look at that prophecy, ask yourself what time it is. I ain't talking about the time as it's currently 4:26 p.m. No, I'm talking about time with the prophecy. What time is it right now? And that's what that is. And when you recognize that, that's when you need to be, prepared. All these scriptures that come to mind when you prepare what time it is, man. You gotta get ready. It's time to seek the Lord. Right? That's what time we ain't now, man. It's time to seek the Lord. Hey, put down and get what you get. Get in with the prophets. Get all this scripture you need. You need to know the law. You need to know the law. Because the Lord is not going to say, Israelites don't know the law. You don't know the law, you really don't know the Lord. You don't know what he likes and what he don't like. You gotta know what I like and what I don't like. That way when I preserve you, and I put you back in this earth, create that garden to eat it. I can't preserve no already don't know the Lord. Like, hey, I'm glad. Is this all going on? This man, you don't know the Lord. And at the time, you need to know the Lord, man. You need to really have a first place with the Lord and know the Lord, because now the Lord's about to open up war. There's gonna be a lot of killings, man. We got ice agents running around. Going to push for ice agents, especially as Edom and them become lonely and they wives leave them. He ain't got nothing to live for. So what he gonna do? Start
up, beat up Jake. Exactly, yeah. But why just let me put this black dude or this Mexican
Now they're going.
sign up for ICE? So I can go in and pew them up. What I got to lose, I got to lose my wife and my kids. Playing with this dude. That's what Trump's looking through. He wants to all them old demoralized Edomites that ain't got nothing. Come sign up for ICE. Be part of the World Project 25. They're going to cleanse us, make it white again. That's what the promise is. And even that is looking bleak. Because even Esau looking like, man, you can't deliver that. You can't deliver that. You like what other choice I got? Might as well.
Those Ephesians are a lot of force orders. Not even all the time.
IDM, small house.
Yeah.
And they don't care. They come right over here. They like, don't give down on American. They didn't want to shed the children, of Israel's blood. They'll come over here like, oh, y'all can't wait till I bust in the house to see a family of Jake. I'm going to lay them out.
That's good that you say that too, because when you say that small house, you can't be like that. These damn small house, they the reason why we came into captivity. They the one that invested into the same shit. Like these small houses is the work of people. So the fact that they in the ice age, that's to tell you something. You really should be seeking the Lord, man. You really should, man.
Especially when they can say Eve's. They say Eve, main one will party and be in some work, be chilling. You try to tell her, hey man, seek the Lord, man. You gotta seek the Lord out. And shit like that. Oh, Bible thumping stuff up, right, nigga. He's a real nigga with a smoke sack.
And you got the other Eve, they call themselves dissectors. You party out somebody on them.
They say they real right there. Anybody would be saying, I ain't dealing with him. Because he out I turn that on though. That's the Lord cleansing. We don't need those type of heat anyway. All they did was give us hell anyway. All them booty kissing, ass kissing Eves. Go right to that devil. I already know what he about to do. The devil stressed out here for drinking Dr. Julio. He about to line her up and chop up in some bunch of pieces.
And tell her order.
Exactly. Crosshairs, that ain't got no covering. Esau still looking for the traffic children. And these families been broken up. That's what ICE is doing.
Oh man, like, when shit hits the fan, that's the perfect time.
Yeah, that's the perfect time. Yeah. Anybody gonna be, hey, you can't be over here. It's war right now.
That's what happened in Ukraine right now. That's what's happening in Ukraine. There's a bunch of missing kids and women. There's war. That's what's happening over here on the war.
We already had to take some damn Hurricane Katrina. Like, what you think was going on there that time? They heard doctors out trying to catch the bus so they can ride the bus to Texas or whatever place they're going.
And that's the worst thing about it. That was war right there. That was, man, they got hit with a natural disaster and Esau took advantage of it. And that was basically like,
and they were barbecuing every time they got a day, they were barbecuing, celebrating. I think that's what we really want to do, man.
When the power goes out and the internet goes out, you can't call 911.
Right. So if that happens, you might say, and this is just in the worst case scenario. You might be at work when this shit happens. You gotta be prepared. You gotta call on the Lord out there.
So war, they said you might be at work, I'll see you that good broadcast, and all of a sudden, missiles is flying. You see others trying to intercept the missiles, so you might be driving on your way home, and all of a sudden a missile hit above you, boom! I showed up my lesson I did, y'all swallowed, like, the people I ran, they lied in the street. The missile just flying, just hitting places, man. There's certain people parties in the house eating their dinner, and all of a sudden, boom! Instant judgment. So we're in that time the Lord's doing stuff like that. So you gotta be prayed up and praise the Lord there, because that's coming over here. It's coming over here. I'm just waiting on when it's gonna hit the news and how the public gonna react on it. That's why they're running distractions so aggressive right now. I'm like, what the hell going down about 50 Cent and T.I. son banging? What the hell? It's real shit going on. They all like, no, you think gonna win? All right, Jay, you know, get the hell out of my face with that shit. Then well, I'm over talking about Iran and USA. He talking about some goddamn 50 Cent T.I. son and T.I. That's the worst. So I tell you them dates like that, man, they not ready. They gonna cry like men gonna turn into women during World War III. That's how bad this war gonna be. You gonna see grown men crying, blowing stop blues. They're not ready. And then I know there's another reason why Donald Trump is gonna lose this war. They're demoralized. The Americans don't want to fight this war because they already know the purpose of it. See, other wars they was all fighting like, oh, we fight for our country. This one they like, oh, we fighting to protect a bunch of pedophiles. I don't want to fight for that. Yeah.
It was Navy ship or something. The fighter was in the overseas the water's too long and they stuffed up their sisters with t-shirts and shit.
That was the Gerald Ford. Their carrier. The U.S. Gerald Ford had a plumbing issue and the shit piled all up.
They stuck that shit up just because they didn't want to fight, so they can go back to land and dock and stuff.
And look, they need that carrier. George Ford, I think, been in commission for a minute. Like, so, lost the carrier. What the guy did? You better get that for going to fight. Yeah, I heard enough of it. I heard enough you better get it. Because they really don't want to fight. They did a survey. The American public does not want this war with Iran. This is only happening because of the Israeli government. It's forcing America's hand. The only reason why this war is happening. And so you got soldiers who don't want to fight this war. That's demoralizing. Russia, they vamped up. Russia like we fighting for Mother Russia. Czechoslovakia. China fighting for, the pride of their country. Like, forget about where Iraq fighting for their lives. They fighting for their lives. Africa fighting back to get their resources back. They're going to team up with them help. Looking like Russia.
They keep France out here. They already
Yeah. So they fighting for, what they lost their resources. So they know they coming with it. They got a leader, what's that, Adrian Traore. They got a leader. They all amped up. The only thing I know is not amped up in this war is Barbara Gray. Barbara Gray looking like, man, I'm not. You got to take. I see how much do that. They come here trying to decide how to get out the military. She's talking about, I signed up for the benefits. I ain't trying to go to war. She's crying and stuff like that. What do you think you signed up for?
This is Jeremiah 50 and Jeremiah 50. It says the mighty men of Babylon have foregone to fight. They have returned into their homes, their fight. It says their fight has failed. They look up as women. They have born. They have burned their dwelling places. Their bars are broken.
Oh, that's a big man. Her bars are broken. The bars are wide open. Build her dwelling places, telling you that fire is coming. And these men have become like women, man. You look at Baba the Great, they ran that LGBT agenda so strong. They don't have mighty men no more. A lot of these dudes are soft as I don't know what, man. Especially look at Gen Z.
Baby shit.
Yeah, everything is soft, man. And now you gotta do a big major war with a bunch of dudes who carry purses.
Into a draft, man. And the scripture said a lot of women are going to lose their husbands, man, in the war.
God.
That Isaiah 4:1.
And then look, we got that's gonna be a war. I can see them fighting. Like I'm not going. Yeah, they're not about to go.
They're gonna realize that they're gonna get sent to their death, so they'll rather fight right there.
Yeah, right here. So you're gonna lose army recruits. So they can knock on the door. Hey man, you get drafted. He might start putting them right at the door.
Oh yeah, they're gonna get.
Yeah. So you gonna lose like that's gonna be chaos in itself. This we announced the draft. I can see people going crazy, scrambling all through the city trying to hide their youngsters.
They're going to be locking the door.
They was report about that too. They said that they were talking about the lady. She was talking about how her grandparents, when she was living there in World War II, and she was saying that how the women had to go to work because the men were forced to go to war at that time. They're about to go back to that time. How chaotic it is. That's a good report today.
I don't see them like that. Like you said, with the war said that. I don't see him going to go overseas and die. I might go fight for right here at the doorstep. You put your focus on it. Hey, go poke me the 30 out 6 out the window. And they go on. That's just it. Hey, good. Sedition. That's gonna start sedition. And I don't see. Then you look, you're gonna need more army recruits. Like people ain't like, I ain't going to this door to recruit him. You heard what happened on certain exactly. That's gonna start. That's war right there. We're gonna eat like you better get the robots going. Because the people gonna fight you.
And that's what they gonna have to do.
Yeah.
Robot.
Like Star Wars.
Yeah.
The droid wars. They have to get them R2D2s going. I don't see the public doing it, man.
Breaking them goals now.
Yeah, because they already said, like, I'm seeing like clips on TikTok, YouTube, like, I'm not fighting in this war.
I even see Edomites saying that.
Yeah, that's exactly. I'm saying they said I'm not fighting in this war. I'm not going. I'm not doing it. So it's gonna like it's gonna be way worse than Ukraine. I remember they dragging the Ukrainians out. They dragging them like, no, they throw them in the van.
I say this in the surf fucking they said put glue, put his leg on the stern, had somebody jump on his leg and break it so he couldn't put his arm. They was doing shit like that, breaking their own leg.
It's getting back to get real crazy. So yeah, I like that. You say, look for that draft to get implemented. I think it's some more missile strikes and they lose some more troops. Y'all said they lost what 200 troops. Yeah, they try to downplay. They keep losing more troops. They will institute a draft, and that's gonna start sedition. Because the people already don't trust the government. You already ran C-19 on them. They lost their trust. Trump done came in and did Island Man files. Trump done came in and straight did a very bad job. He dismissed all the parts.
He lied and said we're not gonna go to no war.
Yeah. He might have told him to that. Did you got Tucker Carlson?
He's also like a 37.
Yeah, and a draft doctor. Yeah, they like, you didn't fight. I'm not fighting either. So they say he was a very bad candidate for Edomites to be president. Like he was good for us because we knew he was gonna destroy everything. But looking at Esau, I'm looking like he was the worst person you could go get to represent y'all. Because he embodies like everything that's messed up about y'all. He has no honor. He's not an honorable man at all. He's like he's what the scriptures say, the fugitive.
He's our mirror.
Yeah, God.
Mirror. That's the mirror of their whole house.
Of all the bastards, like he might be looking like, man, I don't even like my man no more. They looking at Donald Trump as the figurehead. They like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think you got money like that. Like everything is bad about that dude.
I got a precept argument.
Yeah,
This is Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
man, you ain't no more called tender and delicate. That's what the whole rant we had. I feel like we should back it up. We brought out everything we just said right there is why I'm better no longer tender and delicate. And then it said sit on the ground. There's no more throne. That's why nobody want to fight for this country, because they know it's over with. There is no throne, man. Esau lost this country about 30, 40 years ago. She should have implemented some smart tactics then. Now it's like something broke and people still put money into it. It's kind of like that. Like, man, it's really finished, man.
Like insanity.
Yeah, like it's really finished, man. The engine is dying. What are you doing? You trying to put duct tape on it and some Gorilla Glue. Man, we like, nah, man, that Rollins is busted, man. It's over with, man. And that's what Esau don't want to come to terms with. He got that cognitive dissonance. They all like, we can do it. That's that Malachi 1 and 2. He's trying to build back up and build. And the Lord keeps like, wow. Like, nah, you ain't do nothing.
And the Lord like that kid, that bully kid that be bullying a little kid, selling his dance out.
Knock your blocks off.
That's what I'm saying.
And you can vividly see that. These devils is cooked, man. And so we're trying to tell y'all scholars, like, stay off the way. Because you never know when some Edomites gonna have, you're gonna have that falling down moment like that movie where he just blow up and just want to just pew everybody. Because he's cooked. He's straight cooked, man. There's no nothing, man. I can see it at my job. I can see him coming up there and car on their way to work. I'd be looking at him. I'd be looking at his eye like, man, he just crying. You know,
He gonna cry in the car.
yeah, I think he already cried in the car. You know what I'm saying? He done came to work with his eyes all puffy. Then you ain't looking at me. I'm over there clipping heels and yeah. You know, like yeah, baby. They nah. They like we come in. That little bitty light skin, they gonna do him in first. He irks me, man. And that's why you need to cover the Lord. Because I'm still not scared. I'm like, the Lord God, you know, I might be able to dodge and juke him out and hit him with something, get on up out of there. You know, like I said earlier, checking the temperature, man. Looking, you know, not just being like, oh, everything good. Like I got some flip flops on now. My shoes tied up tight. I know I might have to run at any moment. You know, bust a move. Definitely, what it say, be circumspect. If I ain't pull it out, I'll be
Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15. It says, see then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time because the days are evil.
Ooh, like I said, redeeming the time, today's the evil. We're at the time of the Lord right now. So at that time, you should know, like, you need to be like what you say, being circumspect, walk around, checking, you know what's going on, you know what's happening, you know, seeing where everybody is at, and, you know, build your treasure up in heaven, show your treasures up in heaven, man, and get ready for our Lord and Savior, Yahushua. You better touch down. We're not far out at all. We're not far out. They can implement the MOTB these next coming months. It can come out next year, but it's not far out. And I remember Esau, he tried to clock it at 2030. It might come in before that, but for sure, probably sometime around that time. But I'm looking at it, I think it might come in as little as this year or maybe next year. You know, I'm trying to say no man knows the day or time but him. But just going by the prophecies, we're not far out. We're at World War III that started. They already got the MOTB to promote it. Elon Musk is already talking about the Neuralink. He's getting new recruits, trial patients every day. They're doing follow up on that. So it's here.
Lord said he was gonna make it.
Exactly.
It already started.
And they do UFO disclosure. Esau want to talk about chariots at this point. Like, devil, you ain't sleep. You know you want to talk about chariots because you know they about to come. So he got to explain it away as if, you know, oh, aliens. That ain't no, that's aliens.
You know, the thing about it, so we was waiting on China to get in the war. That'll kick everything off. We also waiting on them to, not only because they already promoted the MOTB, but we waiting on them to force it on people. That's the main thing. And that will be, and then when all of that happens, that's basically the hour of temptation right there.
Bro, that dollar collapse is going to come.
Yeah.
That dollar collapse. They dollar collapse at any time. The devil did. They put Trump in there. He done made so many bad decisions and bad moves to where they can have at any point. They the tariff system collapse the dollar. You know what all Trump gonna do is the damn Democrats. You know, that's why they got that little two-party system. They can blame somebody to deflect. Always some deflection, man. That's our finger pointing. Oh, you know. So that man, y'all got more percent?
I got one more. This is why it's bad news for the Esau Edom, but it gives comfort for the Yashua Island, the so-called Negroes, Latino, and Native American. All right, so this is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 27. And it says, be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, for you shall be remembered of him that brought you these things upon you. For as it was your mind to go astray from Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, so being returned, seek him in time war.
That's big right there. I like how I said, seek him 10 times more. We should be in that spirit right now because the end is here, man. The end is not. It's real close. Everything is set up for it. And we can't stress that enough, man. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Struggle with everything we got. Seek the Lord while you can. It's about to be game time.
When you see the Lord, I'm talking about praying, learning the name. You can learn the prayer in the Paleo Hebrew because it's more potent when you pray in the Paleo Hebrew tongue. All of that, man. Seek him 10 times more. That's what it means. Like literally day and night. Literally follow what the scripture set to the best of your ability. You got that time, man, because it's closing. Just like our backyard said right there, man. Last call for alcohol, man. It's closing, man.
With that being said, you know, it's been edifying. When you go out playing score 2.
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakadash.
Well, Yasharala wa Baba Shalom.
Kwam Yasharala, man. Kwam Yasharala. Hey, y'all stay locked in, man. Y'all
The water for tuning in.